How y'all doing? It's Rob Bonham, McCabe, Richmond on Big and Snow, episode of Richard TV 91. This time of year, Once Upon a Time, season 1, episode 5. What happens on this week's episode in the fairy tale scenes, Jiminy Cricket is with his family, and it starts off when Jiminy's just a little kid, and he's stealing money from the crowd while his family's doing this puppet show. And this is what they've been doing his whole life. And he gets older, and he's getting sick and tired of doing this. He doesn't want to do this anymore. He knows it's wrong, and he doesn't want to have nothing to do with it. But his family won't let him leave. So he goes to Rumpelstiltskin and gets this potion, and once he sprinkled it on his family, that they will turn into puppets. And Rumpelstiltskin says to leave them where they're at, and he'll come collect them. Well, they go to this family that is out in the woods, and they trick them into selling them some elf potion or whatever. It's just literally water. And what they do, they convince these people, and then the people give them everything that they want, and then they leave. And Jiminy's had enough of it, so he sprinkles what he thinks is the potion he got from Rumpelstiltskin onto his family, and it doesn't do nothing to him. They says, "What's regular old water going to do? You know, I have sleight of hand, so I can switch anything." That's what his father says. Then he goes back in the house, finding this couple turned into puppets, and their son comes in. Come to find out, their son is Geppetto, and he runs off. And then Jiminy Cricket asks the fairy godmother to come, the blue fairy, to come and to give him a wish, and he wants to give his life up for this family that got turned into puppets, and she says she can't change that. So he makes another wish that he's a cricket, and that way he could go and be with Geppetto and help him out with anything he needs. And this is what happens. And that's all that happens in the fairy tales. What's happening in the real world, Henry's trying to prove that everybody's a fairy tale character, and Madame Mayor, the evil queen, tells Jiminy to stop this delusion and tell him to stop this. So Jiminy gets Henry upset and tells him this is all delusion and it's not real. And Henry gets upset and goes to the cave that they find in the beginning of the episode. This cave collapses whenever Emma puts the deputy badge on her belt and becomes a deputy and becomes a part of Storybrooke. And Henry goes in there and try to find proof, and the proof he finds is the broken glass of Snow White's casket that she was in whenever she was under the sleeping potion. And Henry's in there, and then Jiminy goes in after him trying to get him out, but the mine collapses, and Emma and the evil queen are arguing, and they try to find a spot where they could go to find Jiminy Cricket and Henry, but first they try to blow up the opening of the cave, that way they can get in. That doesn't work. It backfires, and then they find this air hole, and Emma goes down and gets Jiminy Cricket and Henry out of there and back to safety, and that's all that really happened. My question for y'all is, now that we know where Snow White's casket is, what's going to happen with it? As always, I'll be signing out. Thank you, awesome. Another episode of Retro TV 91. See you next time.